Shifting focus now, gold is no longer just an heirloom in India. It's fast turning into working capital. On the other hand, Beijing is stockpiling gold like never before. In this next report, we decode two very different stories for one asset class. Take a look.
Geography tells the real story. Tamil Nadu leads with 5.96 lakh crore rupees in outstanding gold loans, followed by Andhra Pradesh at 3.08 lakh crore rupees, then Karnataka, Telangana and Kerala. The five southern states are cornering nearly 3/4 of the entire market. But the map is shifting. Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan are now emerging as high-growth frontiers. This is a sign. Gold-backed credit is going pan-India. Why now? Elevated gold prices mean smaller amounts of jewelry unlock bigger loans. In addition, RBI's crackdown on unsecured lending has pushed borrowers towards safer, collateral-backed products. And crucially, this isn't panic borrowing, but productive borrowing for funding small businesses, education and agriculture inputs. The old gold loan for a crisis script is being rewritten into gold loan for growth. Indian households collectively hold nearly 25,000 to 34,000 tons of gold, valued at a staggering $5 trillion, or over 88% of India's GDP. In contrast, the organized gold loan sector utilizes only about 5 to 6% of this vast private holding as collateral. The remaining 95% of this physical asset class remains largely unmonetized or acts as a traditional non-liquid store of household wealth. Now over to China. It is a mirror image at the sovereign scale. The People's Bank of China, or the PBOC, just booked its 20th straight month of gold buying, adding 480,000 troy ounces or 14.93 tons in June. That's China's largest single-month purchase since 2023. It is also the longest streak since 2015, taking reserves to roughly 2,346 tons. Beijing bought aggressively even as gold prices fell nearly 12% in June. The latest decline marks the yellow metal's sharpest monthly drop since 2008. The trend shows a classic dip buying by a reserve manager thinking in decades, not quarters. Bottom line, Indian households are unlocking debt capital for livelihoods, while China is hoarding it to de-dollarize reserves. Same metal, two entirely different bets on the future. Business Bureau, WION, World is One.